So next, moving on, I will look at the VAS market, the value-added service market in India, which is said to be some $400 billion industry, with the telecom industry taking the lion's share out of the market. And we have other technology aggregators or intermediaries and content intermediaries, and some percent goes off in tax. So we believe that there is nothing to fix here, but there are a few things which could be pointed out. The flat fee licensing for streaming and downloads and side loading are good to go. But one thing we have seen is that it's not only copyright law or other laws, intellectual property laws which comes to enforcement, but there is telecom regulation which has also shown teeth. So recently, the telecom regulator in India said that if you subscribe to a VAS service, you have to compulsorily take the consent of the person, the consumer, and every time if you subscribe to it, and every time it gets renewed, which is monthly or annually. So this points out that this particular regulation was required for the reason that there was a lot of false billing in the market, in the value-added service market, and a lot of fraud was going on in that sense. So this would again have effect on the industry, which would bring down their profits by 65%, if I'm not mistaken. That's what industry experts claim. So just a quick go through that. We have 13 devices. We have investigated 13 devices. So this one I have already talked about. The second one has solar panel and a Hindi keyboard, very trendy where there is no electricity in India. The second device has Wi-Fi, optical trackpad, has support for 8 languages. The fourth device, we call it the Linguist, has Android-like OS, supports 14 languages, and large number of preloaded apps are also present. This is the TV on the go. This has an analog, again, TV receiver, and has a dual camera. This one is another secondary spy camera which is there, and it has ability to act as a modem as well via USB connections. This is able to do USB tethering and has push email functions, and again has an Android-like OS. This again has 9 languages, and we call it trendy. And this is the boom box, which has very loud speakers, and this becomes very interesting in the Indian framework, where there is shared space for devices, where a number of people use the same device. This one is something which I haven't seen yet, but this actually comes with spectacles, and icons pop out of the screen, and which has a 3D stereoscopic 3D videos. This again is the best bang for your buck. That's what we figured out we would call it, and it has very loud speakers again. This one is another interesting one. The back side of the phone, the red part is a touch piano, so we can play different tunes on it. I haven't figured out what technologies are involved in that. And this is a device 13, which is the Indian experience content. A lot of content which is proprietary app store and India-specific content as well. So we did so this particular graph is ignoring that we have done a very preliminary study, and the second being that we have just looked at the essential patents. So we have figured that we have approximately 389 patents, essential patents, to form a pool, a patent pool. So this is another compilation of features. So there are certain apps which are proprietary but not legitimately available in the device, like certain apps like I guess TomTom and other iPhone apps which are available in the device. So the initial findings of these, so currently back to the patent office in India, we have figured that for rechargeable and removable battery there are around 25 patents. For dual SIM again there are 19 patents. For LCD there is 72 patents, and these phone appears to use a particular chipset which is manufacturer X, and which pays some bit of royalty, but at the end the device which we have in hand ends up to be something from the grey market, which you really can't call totally totally illegal or totally legal. It's somewhere between that, and so we call it the grey market phones. So the point we are pitching for is that how do we legitimize this process? So one good technique would be to form a pool of the essential patents. There are standards like GSM standard, which has close to 600 patents, but and we have seen it with LTE, long-term evolution as well, that there are different standards, and it doesn't really work out if you have it at standard levels. So we need patent pools at device level, like something which was there in US with regard to manufacture of aircrafts and sewing machines. So a device level patent pool is required. So that's the second point. So India had royalty caps of 5% till I think last 2 years. It has been removed, and there is no chance that it's going to come back. China is considering that's the same points. So prima facie there is need for the some $100 patent pool. And the other point, the other 2 points which would be interesting to note is that recently India proposed regulations, and these are, and I'm citing the coverage by Wall Street Journal on this, where they have proposed regulations which would put regulations on import of information communication technology devices in India. So they say that if you want to manufacture, if you want to sell in India, you have to manufacture in India. So this would be like, if the law actually comes into place, I think incentivizing the manufacturer to produce in India, and as well as to make it legitimate, and as well as be able to export it to other countries, would be a very good deal. And at the end, I would like to end with a recent case, which is Sovereign Software versus New Weg, where the judge asked the rhetoric question, why would someone pay to license an invalid patent? The reply comes from the defendant, to avoid cost of litigations. So what we are trying to do is avoid cost of litigations and incentivizing in the market. So that would be all. Thank you.